Hello, my people. Today we are looking at means in Africa. We are looking at means to get married in Africa. And today we are looking at two main means to get married in Africa. And we are looking at which one is better. And today we are looking at dating means, and another means we are looking at is arranged marriage. You know what I mean? These two things is happening right now in Africa. This means of getting married in Africa. But the arranged one is old. That's what our forefathers in Africa use. Is to get married. It's about somebody introducing them to this to some women. And they started falling in love. Some cases, and they end up getting married. But this dating stuff is modern, is recent, you know what I mean? Is recent means to get married. And one problem with dating is that there is no rule of engagement. No one enforces no one enforces it. You know what I mean? And what we see is that some people use it as a means of getting multiple body counts. Well, especially women or even men as well. There's dating. And sometimes, most of the time, it doesn't end in marriage. It ends in heartbreak. You know what I mean? That's why sometimes we say, oh, if you are dating someone, the person shouldn't cheat on 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 her boyfriend, or her boyfriend shouldn't cheat on her. You know what I mean? But there's no rule in dating. It's just foreign stuff we we are using in Africa. But in terms of arranged marriage, people that arrange introduce you to a woman, it must be somebody that's a friend or somebody. There's kind of a backup there. There's somebody in between. There's middleman that can step in if there's any problem to resolve it. Because this process is coming through them. They are the one that introduce you to this woman or to this man. And most of the time, when they want to introduce you, is somebody they know, or somebody that they know somebody that knows you and knows the individual, either the woman or the man. So there must be somebody that will prove that this man has a good character or this woman has a good character. That's one good thing about arranged marriage. You know what I mean? But I'm not saying that people that go through this arranged marriage is gonna be promised to be, no ups and downs, or even some cases the breakup or end of that marriage. But going by the history of what we see in Africa about this arranged marriage, we see that there's less divorce. Because now in Africa, what we have now in Africa is that there's many divorce in Africa. People are divorcing left and right. But you can say it's not only in Africa, because now even in China, 70% divorce rate there. Talk more of the West as well. In the West, the marriages doesn't last for 2 years. Everybody goes his way. But West and China are different animals. You know what I mean? Because you know, if a woman get divorced in Africa, that woman will struggle to even to get herself stand up with her 2 feet. You know what I mean? Because of the way Africa is at the moment. But in the West, government take care of their citizens if they fall into hardship. But it's not like that in Africa. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like a woman is always suffer in this kind of if there's a breakup in marriage or divorce, men suffers as well. And in Africa, men we do the all the heavy lifting. All the heavy lifting falls in men. We do everything. In most countries in Africa, we do a lot of stuff. We take care of our family properly. But, you know, In other parts, it's 50-50. You know what I mean? But in most Africa, it's 100. Everything is by men. So men suffers if they meet this bad woman. You know what I mean? So another problem with dating is that women, especially women, I'm talking about, they don't know how to make. Most of them doesn't make the right choices, especially when it comes to men. That's when you see some of them, left on their own devices, they will make bad choices with men. So end up with men that is gonna treat them bad, or in most cases even do them harm. You know what I mean? It's a lot of cases where some of them got unalive by men that are dating dangerous men, because left on their own they don't make the right decision. The language they understand is the language of feelings. You know what I mean? When you're caught up with the language of feelings, you're bound to make mistakes. You know what I mean? Because your feelings, it can change. It might be wrong as well. You feel like you like these criminals and you wanna date and get close to know a criminal. What's you gonna end up? You're gonna end up getting what you deserve, what your feelings lead you to. That's why I think we should go back to our arranged marriages. You know what I mean, in Africa. Thank you for watching. Peace.